At 4:47 a.m. on the second Tuesday of October, a convoy of mechanical harvesters rolls into position along State Road 60 in Polk County, Florida. The air is thick, humid even before sunrise. Somewhere past the tree line, grove lights flicker on. Yellow-white floods cutting through the dark between rows of Valencia and Hamlin trees still heavy with fruit. This is the Indian River Corridor, the Central Ridge, the heart of Florida's citrus belt, and this morning the season begins. The grove manager checks his tablet. Today's intake order from the processing plant, 400 bins. Each bin holds roughly 1,000 pounds. That's 400,000 pounds of processing oranges that need to leave these rows, move through sorting, load onto trucks, and reach the plant, all within 24 hours. The clock started the moment these trees were approved for harvest. Florida's orange juice season doesn't open with ceremony, it opens with logistics. The harvest window runs from October through March, 5 months across a stretch of central and eastern Florida, where the climate holds just warm enough and the rainfall spreads just evenly enough to produce the sugar-dense fruit that fills the nation's juice cartons. 2 regions anchor the operation. The Indian River Corridor, running along the Atlantic coast from Brevard County south through St. Lucie, is known for premium grapefruit and high BRIX navels. The Central Ridge, cutting through Polk, Highlands, and Hardy counties, produces the volume, processing oranges by the tens of millions of boxes, moving daily to the intake lines at facilities operated by Tropicana, Florida's Natural, and a network of independent processors. At peak season, between 30,000 and 50,000 seasonal laborers work across this system. They are organized by labor contractors who schedule crews across hundreds of groves, matching harvest timing to processor intake schedules set weeks in advance. This isn't casual picking. It's a supply chain running on tonnage per hour. The mechanical harvester is a machine built around one function, shaking. It straddles the tree row, a wide frame straddling trunks 12 feet apart, and clamps, then vibrates. The tree shakes in a controlled burst, and fruit drops onto a catch frame below, moving along a conveyor belt into a following bin trailer. One harvester can strip a mature tree in under 30 seconds. 2 machines working a single row can clear an acre in roughly an hour. But mechanical harvesters can't work every grove. Older trees, uneven terrain, groves planted before mechanization was a priority. Those rows still call for hand crews. The hand pickers carry canvas bags looped across their shoulders. The bag fills fast, 30, 40 pounds, then empties into the bin, fill and empty, fill and empty. Over the course of a shift, a skilled picker moves through the rhythm without thinking. Speed is muscle memory. The bag, the pull, the step, the empty. Supervisors walk the rows counting bins. The labor contractor's scheduler is on the phone with the plant before 7 a.m., reporting projected volumes, adjusting afternoon crew assignments, confirming tonight's truck schedule. The BRIX number is everything. BRIX measures dissolved sugar concentration in the juice. It determines price per box, processing priority, and whether a grove gets approved for harvest on a given morning. Florida Department of Citrus Standards set the floor. Processors set their own thresholds above that. Field samplers pull fruit from multiple trees before harvest begins. They core and press. They read the refractometer. If the number is low, the grove waits, sometimes days, sometimes a week, depending on how the fruit is tracking. If the number passes, harvest begins within hours. And once it begins, the 24-hour clock starts. Processing oranges degrade in BRIX after they're cut from the tree. The longer they sit in the bin, the more they drift from the standard. Most processor contracts specify grove to plant delivery within 24 hours. Some tighten that to 18. This is why the trucks run at night. By 9 a.m., the bin trailers are stacking up at the grove's headland. Each bin, a massive open-top plastic container, roughly 4 feet tall and 6 feet across, holds between 900 and 1,100 pounds of fruit. They're stacked too high on flatbed trucks, 5 or 6 bins per load. The trucks move in rotation. Full loads roll south on US 27 toward the processing facility. Empty trailers return within hours. At the plant gate, trucks check in. Fruit is sampled again, BRIX verified, skin break examined, rot percentage assessed. A load that passes moves to the unloading pad. A load that fails gets diverted or rejected. Inside the plant, the oranges enter a wash line. From there, extraction. The juice is separated from peel and seed in seconds per fruit. It moves immediately into storage tanks, refrigerated controlled, where it waits for blending or packaging. The peel doesn't go to waste. Citrus peel from Florida processing plants is dried and compressed into pellets for cattle feed. The oil from the peel is extracted separately, used in cleaning products, flavorings, industrial applications. The whole fruit is consumed. Nothing stops at the juice. The labor contractor system is the nervous system of the harvest. Contractors, licensed and regulated under Florida law, manage crew deployment across multiple groves simultaneously. A single contractor might have 15 to 20 crews active on any given morning, each assigned to a different grove, each operating on a different intake schedule tied to a different processor. Crew leaders are the field-level managers. They know their pickers. They know which pairs work well in adjacent rows, who can be trusted to operate the bin tractor, which workers are new to the season and need to be watched on their footing. Many of the crew leaders have been in this circuit for decades. Some came north through the Florida citrus belt after working sugarcane in the southern counties. Some came through tomato harvest in Immokalee, packing houses in Homestead, strawberry fields in Plant City. Florida agricultural work runs on a calendar that overlaps and stacks. Workers who know the state's harvest windows can find continuous work from August through spring. Tomatoes into citrus, into strawberries, into blueberries. The transitions are tight, but they're known. A crew leader named Carlos, 22 seasons in Central Florida citrus, originally from Veracruz, manages 12 pickers across 2 groves on alternating days. He's on the phone at 5:30 a.m. He'll be the last one off the property at night. He doesn't talk much about the work being hard. He talks about the logistics, which grove has better row spacing, which bins are easier to position, which grove manager communicates pickup times on time. The hard part is assumed. The logistics are the job. By December, the season is at full volume. Both mechanical and hand-picked crews are running simultaneously across dozens of groves in the Central Ridge. The processors are operating extended shifts. Truck traffic on the rural county roads increases noticeably. Locals know the season by the bin trailers moving before dawn. Frost risk is real from mid-December through February. A hard freeze can damage fruit on the tree, soften the skin, alter BRIX unpredictably. Grove managers watch the National Weather Service forecasts the way farmers anywhere watch rain. A frost warning means decisions. Which groves get harvested early before temperatures drop at whatever BRIX they're carrying? Which groves have enough canopy density to protect the fruit? Which blocks have already been scheduled for this week? And can the plant absorb an accelerated intake if the crew schedules push forward. In a bad frost year, the math turns painful. Damaged fruit brings lower prices. Processor intake may slow if quality drops across the region simultaneously. The season compresses on itself. In a good year, the rhythm holds. March is the long exhale. Late-season Valencia oranges are finishing. The final grove approvals are coming in. Crew sizes have contracted. Early-season workers have already moved north toward Georgia blueberries or west toward Texas onions. The labor contractor's roster thins as the intake orders shrink. The mechanical harvesters work the last approved blocks efficiently. Their operators know these machines the way a combine operator knows a combine. The sounds that mean a belt slipping, the feel of a tree that's too brittle for full clamping pressure, the row spacing that requires a second pass. Final week of March, a grove south of Lake Wales, 8 bins loaded by 10 a.m. The crew leader walks the rows after the machine passes, looking for fruit that bounced clear of the catch frame into the grass. Pickers follow, hand retrieving the stragglers. Nothing left behind if it can be recovered. Every box counts at $8 to $10 per field box equivalent at the plant gate. The last truck leaves the property at 2:14 p.m. The grove is quiet. Across 5 months, Florida's citrus harvest moves somewhere between 70 and 90 million boxes of processing fruit, the equivalent of billions of individual oranges, through this system. 30,000 to 50,000 workers moved through the labor circuit this season. Hundreds of groves cleared. Thousands of truckloads dispatched. Millions of gallons of juice extracted, stored, and shipped to filling lines. The groves won't be touched again until October. The trees will grow, fruit will set, BRIX will build through the summer heat, and by late September, field samplers will begin pulling fruit again. The season starts the same way it always does, before sunrise, with a clipboard, a refractometer, and a truck convoy rolling slow between the rows. The field is quiet now. Until October. Under this video, there's a subscribe button. It's a small action, but it helps document the work that happens before the shelves are stocked. If you're drawn to the rhythm of the harvest, to the crews who move with the seasons, subscribing simply means you want to see how America feeds itself. And tell us, where are you watching from? Have you ever worked a harvest? Have you seen one? Share your experience below. That's how these stories travel.